One evening, Mickey Mouse was playing his favorite piano tune in his cozy living room. Suddenly, in the middle of a note, the sound vanished. The piano keys made no noise. The clock didn't tick. The world was utterly silent. A shimmering, musical note with tiny wings fluttered in through the window. It was a Melody Sprite, and it looked very worried. It zipped over to Mickey's piano and tapped on a key, but no sound came out. The Great Symphony of the world has stopped, the sprite seemed to say without a voice. The Maestro's baton is broken. You must help us, Mickey. Mickey, understanding the urgency, nodded. The Melody Sprite flew into his old trumpet, and with a magical toot, they were whisked away on a whirlwind of colorful notes. They landed in a lush, green rainforest, but it was too quiet. The monkeys weren't chattering, and the birds weren't singing. The rhythm of the rainforest is lost, the sprite communicated. They found a family of frogs looking sad, unable to croak their nightly song. The problem was a giant, sleeping sloth whose slow, deep snore was the rainforest's heartbeat. He had simply fallen into too deep a sleep. Mickey had an idea. He found two large sticks and started tapping out a gentle, steady beat on a hollow log. Tap, 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 tap. The sound vibrated through the ground. The sloth twitched, let out a giant, rumbling snore, and then settled into a perfect, rhythmic breathing. Immediately, the frogs began to croak in time, and the rainforest filled with its natural percussion. The first piece of the Maestro's baton, the drumstick of rhythm, appeared in Mickey's hand. Next, they were transported to the peak of a tall, snowy mountain. A cold wind blew, but it made no sound. An old, lonely wind spirit was trying to play a tune through the mountain peaks, but her song was stuck. The melody is frozen, the sprite explained. Mickey took out the drumstick of rhythm and tapped a warm, steady beat. The wind spirit listened. Then, Mickey took out his own harmonica and played a simple, cheerful tune. The wind spirit smiled, her icy heart melting. She swept through the peaks, playing Mickey's tune as a beautiful, echoing melody. The second piece, the flute of melody, materialized from a snowflake. Their final stop was a bustling, silent harbor. Ship's sails were limp, and the sailors looked confused. The sea was calm and mute. The sea needs its harmony to guide the ships, the sprite urged. Mickey saw that the bells on the buoys were silent, and the sailors couldn't communicate. He attached the flute of melody to one buoy, and it began to play a lone tune. But it sounded lonely. Mickey then used the drumstick of rhythm on another buoy, creating a beat. Finally, he took a deep breath and whistled a third, complementary tune. The three sounds, the melody, the rhythm, and the whistle, wove together into a perfect, guiding harmony. The sailors smiled, understanding the signals, and the wind returned to fill the sails. The final piece, the conch of harmony, washed up at Mickey's feet. The three pieces floated into the air and clicked together, forming the complete Maestro's baton. The Melody Sprite took it and flew high into the sky, tapping it gently against a cloud.